The world is living on the brink of disaster. It is this despair over the meaning and purpose of life. The world, under the influence of Satan, has been telling us all, deceiving us all, that there is no God, that there is no soul, no life after death, no retribution, no judgment. That when we die, we would just be extinguished from this world. And that is what the world is saying. Better enjoy as much as you can all the pleasures of this world, because life is short, and then you will be no more. You can be successful, you can be rich, you can be very powerful, but not forever. And so all the wealth, the fame, the companies that you have established, all these will not follow you. And your life is so short, we don't even know how long we will live. And that is why today, especially our young people, they don't live for tomorrow, because they have been told already, there is no tomorrow. There is only today. They don't see the point of sacrificing for tomorrow. They just want to make full use, enjoy whatever they can enjoy in this life. There is life after death. There is judgment. There will be retribution. We will be rewarded according to how we lived our life. There is no escape. Do we want to suffer eternally, or do we want to enjoy the fullness of life eternally? This is a choice we have to make. My dear brothers and sisters, life is precious. Life belongs to God. Our soul is immortal. Our body is not. Only after the resurrection. If life is eternal, soul is immortal, it is a life, therefore, worth investing in. But if it's just a life for this world, what's the point of working so hard for a life that is so short and meaningless? But if it is for eternity, then it is worth it. Then it's worth the price, even if we have to suffer, because it's eternity, not 90 years, not 75 years, not 85 years. But you see, the problem is that this thought of eternity has been removed from the minds of our people. There is no eternity. And because there is no eternity, then we just live like that. That is why the church makes it clear, every life is precious. Life is given by God. We do not take our own life. We do not take people's life. Because we are dealing with a soul that is immortal, not just a body. My dear brothers and sisters, if you really believed that you have a soul, that there is God, that there is eternity, what price will you pay? It is the path that Jesus has taken, the path of passion, death, and suffering, and in the end, resurrection. No other way. We need to renounce ourselves. What do you mean renounce ourselves? It's not just practicing some self-mortifications and penance. That is not the point. To renounce ourselves simply means don't make yourself as a center of everybody else's life. You are not the center. God is the center. And everybody else around you is that center. When you give your life, when you renounce yourself and forget that you are the most important person, but that there are people who are equally important, and God is the ultimate, then you live your life in perspective. The trouble is, most of us are self-centered. It's all about me. It's all about myself. My ambition, my glory, my promotion, my money. That is why when a person lives for himself, he will have many competitors, many enemies. The one who tries to live for himself will lose his life. Jesus made it clear, take up your cross and follow me. What is this cross? This cross is not just the daily inconvenience of life, bearing the responsibility of looking our loved ones, our elderly, the sick. It is more than that. To carry the cross is not even just to carry your suffering. To carry the cross is to carry the cross of rejection, of being misunderstood, of being unappreciated, because you are doing what is right, because you follow your conscience, because you listen to God. That is the cross. That is the real cross. Jesus was put to death not because he did anything wrong, but he did what was good. And that is the way we have to follow. That is why, my dear brothers and sisters, at the end of the day, it's a question of how we translate following Jesus in our life. For those of us who have given ourselves selflessly in service to God, in service to men, not to say it is easy, but we will have a foretaste of the joy of life after death. Of course, our life here on earth is always joy in suffering, unlike in heaven, joy without suffering. But here already a foretaste, that's why it's called a foretaste. We experience tremendous joy even as we die to ourselves. We experience tremendous joy when we sacrifice what we love most and give to others. We find great joy when we sacrifice what is dear to us for the greater good of humanity. There is nothing that is greater when you are able to sacrifice your own life so that others, many others, will live. It is a paradoxical joy. My dear brothers and sisters, let us ask the Lord to make a choice for Him so that we can find life to the fullest.